Entertainment news today. You're such a dragon gay. Everything sucks and it's no good. That comes out of Hollywood. But there's one place you can go to get all your news and info, and maybe even have a laugh or two. You know it's true. Midnight's Edge after dark is life. We stand for nerds and geeks, we will survive. From Star Wars to Jurassic Park, it's Midnight's Edge after dark. All those bombs and flops, but need never stops. We will keep going through the night as we keep up the culture fight. Midnight's Edge after dark is life. We stand for nerds and geeks, we will survive. From Star Wars to Jurassic Park, it's Midnight's Edge after dark.
Greetings, everybody, and welcome to Midnight's Edge After Dark, your favorite YouTube show on the interwebs, whether you like it or not. I'm Tom Connors. We have with us Mo Zamboni. How you doing?
Hello, everybody. I don't know why I did that voice. I'm doing fine. Trying to stay cool in this freaking 100+ degree weather, but you know what? That's all right. Perfect weather for movies.
It is. And we also have with us the one, the only, although there's 32 flavors of him, Neek Weiser.
Hey, Tom, how's it going?
I thought Price was here for a second.
Yeah,
Hi,
right?
Nick.
I was looking for
what
a
was
penis
funny
sock puppet.
is I walked past a whole end cap of beefaroni today at Walmart, and I thought of you. And then I thought of Price. And then I thought of you and Price.
Nice.
So,
I love it.
So, yes, welcome, everybody. Hopefully we'll have some more panelists joining us as we get rolling here. But good evening. Hello, chat. Let's see who's here. We got Tim Hayes joining us, Lombardi, Snortapupus. We got Steven in the house earlier, I see. We got, let's see, Vorpal Bunny's Revenge. We got Brian Barth here. We got Goddess of Whim swinging around a wrench. Watch out. Davina Duckworth is here. We got 11 Alpha. Phoenix Knight is here. Let's see, SXHBK is in the house. Goddess of Whim sends in $2 for Clobber in Time. Thank you so much for that, Goddess. We appreciate the support here. We miss him. Yes, indeed. We got Anthem 21 here. Corleone Rogues saying hi. There you go. And been a member for 2 months. That's awesome. Thank you so much for that. And then while everybody's saying hellos, we also have Mecha J who's swinging a wrench around. Hopefully he knows how to use it. We also, well, I think we pretty much gathered up everybody so far. But hit that like, share out the stream, let everybody know that we are live. As we usually are at about this time. Every Tuesday and Thursday. And on Sundays at 8 o'clock for the tier list show. And last week we talked about Jaws, but I'm still trying to decide if I want to do like a Jurassic Park tier list this week or what I should do. So throw your suggestions in the comments after the show, in the chat, whatever. And maybe you guys will spark an idea for me. But, you know, maybe you'll come up with an idea and I might bite, like a former Cobra Kai star. He's kind of bitey, I guess. Martin Kove, allegedly, bit actress, nearly drew blood, was kicked out of an event. Wow. So bite hard, bite first, and no mercy. There you go.
This is clearly one of those on-brand headlines I have seen for anything for a show outside of a show in a long time. This is like, it's like, wow, was he ever like Martin Kove, or has he just always been John Kreese?
Well, and I think
this doesn't sound out of character.
I don't think he's ever really had a history of this, which is kind of weird. I mean, I'm not saying he's perfect or anything. I don't ever remember him having like any accusations of being too rough with anybody or anything like that. In fact, I don't know if I've ever heard of him even really being a jerk.
Yeah.
So what happened here? Well, this was at a Washington State fan convention over the weekend, where the co-star of Cobra Kai, Alicia Hana Kim, was basically going to say hi to Martin, and she was tapping on his shoulder. And from the explanation of everything that's come down since, so I'm kind of editorializing a bit, it sounds like he was probably being playful and went to bite her. Maybe his dentures didn't work as well as he thought. I don't know. I really don't know, to be honest with you, what happened here. Although charges were not pressed. It's pretty much been updated to this point in that respect. We haven't... You know what I'm really surprised, guys, is that there's no video of this at all. You would think that some video would have leaked out, don't you think?
I wonder. Like, that's the thing.
Price,
I wonder.
Speak of the devil. We can see your mouth moving, but we can't hear you. Your lips are moving.
Can you hear me?
Now we can hear you.
He's trying to bite Nick Weiser. Watch out.
Welcome. How you doing?
I have a feeling that this is some kind of misunderstanding.
Just jumping right into it.
Yeah, he's an older guy. I'm sure he was being playful or something. I have a feeling that this has been made out to be something more serious than it is. And cut the guy some slack. He's like an old guy. Unless like it turns out that for 50 years he's been biting every woman he sees. I think that this may be an understanding of sorts. Yeah,
sorry. Anyway, Nick, you were saying there as Price showed up. What were you were?
Oh, honestly, I don't remember. It must not have been any good.
Well, I'm kind of with Price on this. And he even said, I guess, to the police, because they just pull. I don't know where they get the quotes from. I don't think they've talked to him since. But that he was just being playful. They always play fight on the set. He did not mean to hurt her in any way. It was not meant to be, vindictive or anything like that or what have you. And the fact that she's not pressing any charges kind of holds true to that. But I mean, maybe, just maybe, like I said, being an older guy, if he's got dentures, maybe he didn't quite understand the pressure he was using. And, biting when you're horsing around is not always the best idea,
Generally, biting is bad, but I feel like...
We're taught that when we're like, what, preschool?
This has to be some kind of accidental misadventure here. I don't tend to think that suddenly got up after all these years and decided to do this just out of the blue. There's two things that could happen. One, he has some kind of like onset of some weird dementia or something weird like that he's not controlling his actions and acting strangely, or that he thought he was being playful and he made a mistake.
I'm willing to think it's the latter, but yeah. Because, it seemed like from what they were saying to the statements to the police, everything seemed like he seemed coherent, and he agreed to leave without incident, because they said they just can't be having it. And it all seemed like, because there was other few witness statements that said it all went down really quickly. Most people didn't even see it happen, I guess. So that may be another reason why no videos really leaked out of it. I don't know.
This seems like some weird crap. Is it the one that is it the lady that teaches the other Cobra Kai lady?
Yeah, it's her. His co-star from the show. And what was funny is Jay Drunk 3PO said, I'm not surprised by this. And I'm like, you have to elaborate. You can't just say something like that. Because he's been around some of these folks, with his travels with Gina and stuff. And I'm just gonna assume for now, unless he comes out with some other video or statement, that he's just saying that they were probably just goofing around and it probably got too out of hand.
Yeah, I mean, there was something that what's his name, William Zabka, even saw drunk 3PO wearing his like bear costume or something like that, and he just came and like kind of picked him up or something like that at a convention. I remember a video like this a really long time ago. So if they all have this kind of playful vibe that they do kind of pranks and play with each other and things like that, maybe this wouldn't be considered uncommon in that kind of setting.
Well, I mean, he probably shouldn't have been doing it at a convention.
No, he did something that he shouldn't have done at all. A convention, or maybe not even at a convention. But I don't know. If she's not filing charges against him, I have a feeling that this is just some dumb things.
Well, we do have an update here from Six sent this over to me. Thank you so much. It says Cobra Kai's Martin Kove takes full responsibility for bite attack on co-star in apology. So here's a statement from... Oh, get away from me. There we go. I deeply regret and apologize for my actions regarding the incident with Alicia, a genuinely kind and wonderful person who didn't deserve to be in a deep. That's all, folks. Yeah, that's my stutter going off. Deserved to be put in this position. Cove in a statement provided exclusively to Deadline from Jaffe and Company PR and Crisis Management. I've always respected her and considered her a highly professional and talented co-worker on Cobra Kai. I was being playful in the moment, but went too far, and there's absolutely no excuse for my behavior. I regret my actions, for which I take full responsibility for what I did, and again, I apologize to her and her husband. I am committed to learning from this, and it will never happen again. Bite first, bite hard, no mercy. No, I added that last part there. Yeah, this almost seems like something his character would do.
That's what I mean. It sounds so like, so he admitted it, and he admitted what he did was a bridge too far. Okay, it's fine. But yeah, it is scary how on brand this is for him to do. Like when you hear that, it's like, hold on, are you sure this wasn't part of the show? Are they not getting set for a spinoff or something? Nope, this happened.
Yeah, see, I don't know if this really matters, but I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying there, though. So yeah, this is kind of a weird situation, I guess. I don't know. I mean, nothing's going to probably come of it. Clearly, Martin has, hired a PR team to kind of help with this situation. Over. I mean, honestly, I don't even know if he really needed to make this statement, but it's fine for what it is. Hopefully she's fine. I don't think she was in any real danger, but yeah. Old men will be old men. We hit that point where we do certain things where sometimes it don't make no sense to nobody but us.
I don't know if I'd bite my co-star. I could promise you guys that. I've met Nick Weiser a few times in person, and he doesn't have any teeth marks. So
I can't say I would do it now, Mo, but when I'm like 80, I can't say I wouldn't be that guy in the nursing home swatting. Because it's like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, but
I can't do anything about it, and neither can you. Let's just deal with it.
Not like he's old and like dysfunctional either. He's still very functional.
Dude.
I could just see it.
Light of that, but
yeah. I will. She's walking up on him. And he's like, the 4K transfer, and the film grain's gone, and walks over and takes care of the. That's how I picture it going.
For some reason, it sounded like I was talking there for a moment.
Who called the police, though? Who called the police?
I think the con itself has to
report any biting.
Yeah, well,
to the authorities.
We got another biter here.
Cove's at it again.
It's Cove again. Oh shit. Well, yeah, once the security gets involved in all that business, I'm sure if it gets to a certain point, and I'm sure if they called in an ambulance of any kind. So, and I'm sure she was checked out at the time. It's just silly. I mean, I'm not trying to make excuses for Martin, but at the same time, yeah, old man just gonna old man sometime. I hate putting it that way, but it's kind of funny in a weird way. It's not like really anybody was seriously hurt. But what might seriously hurt you is this cringe that you might die of after seeing this. Are you ready for it?
Ready.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Guess why I'm calling? It's June 24th, which is
It's Dad's birthday. Happy birthday.
my dad's birthday. That's very considerate. Also, God, you've been doing too much press. Ironheart premieres today. It's all been leading to this. Isn't that exciting?
Oh my God! Thank you. Thank you for the call.
17 years from the birth of the MCU
Oh
to
my
the
God.
premiere of Ironheart, and we're in this love together.
Man.
So psyched.
Man.
I've
I
grown so fond of you. It's bananas.
thank you.
Congratulations. I'll be watching it with the world, and we'll keep each other posted, yeah?
Oh my God! Okay. Yes, we will.
All right, let's go.
Watching it with the world. I can't wait to see the tumbleweed from that one.
I mean, the thing is that he gets paid so much money for
Oh,
he
yeah.
probably got such a sweet deal for making these Avengers movies. We're talking like maybe like $50-75 million a movie, whatever it is. He makes so much money that probably somewhere they just said, listen, we're going to need you to do this favor here. Pretend you give a shit about this show. And he's like, sure, give me the phone.
Well, he's
I'm
already
gonna
working
say-
on the Avengers film, so yeah, he's in house.
It was not only obviously staged on her end, it was even staged on his end. There was a camera in back of him, like an on-set camera for this.
Yeah, and
So-
the way she is shot is really awkward. And why are they
Trying to
shooting
make
her
it
in
seem
bed?
like she was
like,
just-
like she just woke up. My ass. Her hair is done. Her makeup's done.
Mhm.
Like she sleeps in pajamas like that. My ass.
You know, it probably would have been better had they not done the thing that she's supposedly waking up in bed. If she would have just been sitting and it looked like a more like the kind of Zooms that you see online that are, or maybe like real regular live streams, it would have actually seemed more authentic.
I don't
Him
know,
walking
Bryce.
around in his like robe and her in her jammies. I don't know. This whole thing is just strange.
Price, can I add in something, please? I get your idea in theory, but the problem is the theory was practiced in reality about 8 months ago during a certain presidential election where they tried getting in some members of the Avengers to do a Down with Democracy clip.
Oh yeah.
And that was like a group meeting. And even then that looked just as staged.
That was a
as
struggle
this.
video for us.
That was
Yeah,
a
it was-
TDS.
that was
That was a
horrific.
struggle
TDS
video they
stream,
made for
yeah.
us to
You know,
struggle with.
Yeah, it's not that even honestly, it's not the being staged that bugs me about it. It's just how inauthentic it looks.
Well, that's part of it being staged, right? Like that's what we mean by it. Not only that, I mean, as far as I know, I think she's supposed to be in Avengers Doomsday. Why not just shoot this on the set? Like that would actually be a little bit more exciting
across
because it would have our
better.
first little like glimpse of the set, but it's like them in a little corner doing this thing. Fine, what the fuck ever, right? Because even Coogler hinted that she's supposed to be laying the groundwork for Doctor Doom or Doomsday or whatever. So I'm thinking that's one of the reasons why they couldn't kill this series. There's got to be some nugget in this series that's going to open the door to either Robert Downey Jr.'s connection here to the whole thing or something. So I don't know. This to me just came off as the ultimate cringe of the world, and I
I
frankly
agree
wrote a
with
song
you. Even if it was just like a random video of them just standing around in some cafeteria or something, and they're just like, hey, you know, there's the thing tonight. Everybody should watch it. She's so great. I watched it. It's so good. Oh, stop it. Stop it. No, you're the best. And then that's it. I mean, yeah, it would seem manufactured and cringe too, but it wouldn't be as embarrassing.
Plus
this
we
thing,
get
this thing is embarrassing.
Well, and like I said, if they did it on the set or something, we'd actually get a glimpse of something worthwhile.
Right. That's
But
true.
I actually wrote a song about it.
This is a Pedro
This is angry.
Pascal one?
don't know what the fuck they're doing. They 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 don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I can see you at a rage, lights flashing, you just like just pumping in the air.
Now Pedro can dance to this. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Doesn't pop. That'd be funny to see a push pop.
All right, sorry about that. I get a little carried away. So yeah. Neek. What am I gonna do with this shit? I'm not gonna watch it.
This clip is so bad. It is insane how like you watch it and you don't buy any of it that's happening, because a lot of these things, you know, when they do things, I don't care that it's staged. That doesn't bug me. But you watch it, and nothing about it feels genuine. Nothing about it, and
it's desperate too on top of it.
This is damage control
because it's all him going, I love you, and it's kind of like telling us that, oh, we're supposed to love her.
Yes, it's they're trying to make Ironheart a thing so bad. That's why they had Ryan Coogler straight up lie on the video, talk about,
and we're in this love together. What the fuck does that mean? Sorry, Nick.
Oh, no, you're
I'm
good.
sorry, I interrupted you.
That doesn't
rudely.
make any sense either. But remember the buzz around Iron? There was no buzz. Ryan Coogler, I'm sorry, ma'am. You seem like an okay guy. I hear Sinners movie's great. I'll watch it. But that is not true at all. And that's not my opinion either. Go look at the sales for it. Her debut is so big. She had to debut in another character's book to have, let's just say, any perceived sense of legitimacy, and the Invincible Iron Man comic. And then they had her be the main character in Iron Man's comic, and then they gave her her own title a little over a year later. And do you know who they chose to write Ironheart? They gave it to a lady who had no comic experience, because she looked like Riri Williams. That is literally it. It wasn't talent. It wasn't, oh, hey, look at what she can do for writing. It was just, oh, hey, she should write Riri Williams because she looks like her. That was it. Identity politics 101 right there. Literal, in the very most literal sense. Yes, Eve Ewing, Read by Nature. She was the one who got the book. And that book flopped. It flopped so bad that they reverted right back to Tony Stark being Iron Man again.
Maybe once I've heard of it, but I don't remember.
Well, that's how it was, because she was created by the same guy who created Miles Morales, Brian Bendis. Same dude. I don't know what he went from writing Daredevil and Alias and doing pretty good with those, and then all of a sudden he became the guy who gave us Riri Williams and Miles Morales. And I thought back in 2003, man, this guy's got a bright future. Oh boy, did that comment age well. Can't believe it. No, this Ironheart show is going to flop. And it's like Captain Marvel. They're trying to make this happen. They can't accept that the audience decides what lands and what doesn't. Instead, they want to make it so that if they say that's great, then we should just believe because they simply say so. Because it's clear that they are very anti-market still, even after all their bombs and failures. You would think, okay, this is clearly not working. Captain Marvel doesn't resonate. And Ms. Marvel, Kamala Khan, we have tried her with everything. And I wouldn't say she's as damaged goods as the others, but she's clearly not resonating as well. And now with Riri Williams, they still try to force this crap on us. Like, that's, as much as I could say I'm not like, a big Venom type of guy, I can at least say, okay, there was an audience for Venom. He was a character that was written, drawn, created, and he landed with audiences so much to the point like, okay, we need Venom to spin off of our things. That makes sense, regardless of how I feel on Venom. It's just one of those things. Like, there's a market, people respond to the character. We need to do something, and boom, he ended up getting several of his own books. This makes zero sense because there's been no buzz, there's been no enthusiasm, there's no interest, and they keep trying 100,000 times over, whether it's in cartoons, where then relaunching the books, putting in the shows, putting in the movie, putting them in video games. None of these things land, and we are absolutely at the point where this is the very embodiment of the definition of insanity.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Riri it was a character that nobody loved, that I barely heard of before any of this came out. And they should have just done an Echo and let it just drop in the middle of a forest and see if anybody paid attention. You know, it's beyond me why they're trying to push it so hard.
Well, don't forget, it's also been sitting on the shelf for what, 2 years now?
3 years.
3 years?
3 years,
Well,
I think, right?
they wrapped up filming in 2002. So when you wrap up filming, you usually work around an extra 8 to 12 months on, all the little dots and doodles, effects and all that, and then releases. But either way, no matter how you want to put, 3 years, 2.5, 2 years, it's clear they've shelved this for so long, and this is not going to do well. This is really not going to do well. Not because I feel that way, because there's no normie enthusiasm for this. There's just no excitement. There's no buzz about this. And people talk about shows, once again, referencing my place of work, because I feel like it's a decent gauge because I'm not them. No one has brought up Ironheart at all. And people talk about new shows all the time. You watch this on Netflix. Oh, you watch this on Prime. People talk about Invincible. Some people even still talk about Game of Thrones, despite how controversial that ending was. They don't talk about, hey, what's going on with this character who's some female version of Iron Man? There's nothing about it. I feel like that, once again, that's a fair gauge when you work with 100 different workers and not one at least mentions it out of like a curious interest. That should tell you something where the audience is with this. And put the comic guy out of the equation, leave him out of the equation. You want to see what the casual viewer thinks. No one cares about Ironheart. I feel like this might go down even worse than The Acolyte. I truly believe that. Not in terms of its
and I believe you.
Not in terms of its quality or lack thereof, but in terms of its viewership. That's how dead this show seems.
Yeah, I don't even think it's going to be so bad that it's good. Like The Acolyte was so bad, it was fun laughing at it. Like, seriously, like doing watch parties. It was the increased horrible. Of course, then again, we got a drag queen and then a post-masculine la-di-da hoodly-doo, or whatever you call them nowadays. I don't know.
I'm expecting this to be funny. I don't know what to tell you. I am kind of expecting
Like
this
a
to
riot?
amuse me.
I hope so.
I'm watching it. The second it premieres, like the second they upload it, I'm going to be watching it.
Yeah, are you primed for this, Price? Are you just right? Are you just salivating at talking about the greatness that is Ironheart?
I have a feeling that this will be a fun thing to talk about. Unless, I don't know. I mean, when I think about like Agatha All Along, I guess that one was really bad, but somehow it wasn't as fun to take a dump on. So you never know. And that one really had a lot of strange things in it.
Yeah, the Agatha All Along, that was a dumb idea to spin off of. And I like that villain too. That's the thing. I like that villain. I like that character. She never needed a show though. She just never needed that show. But once again, I'm trying to at least make sense of things. Even I say this from the perspective of a comic fan. I still do understand that there's still a big audience out there. And when you have these massive budgets, you got to do more than just please the geek audience. That you still got to look out for the casuals. But I guess I'm making more sense on a company who's supposed to specialize in this more than I should. And that is a very backward statement to say, because they should be putting me to shame on how they gauge a market, which is ironic considering we have more resources to gauge markets than ever. Yet we're so much more clueless than ever with it, even though back then we had less resources and yet we were able to gauge markets so much better. None of that makes sense. None of it.
I agree with that. Anybody else got anything to say about Mr. Downey Jr. and Mrs. Ironheart?
See you in the poopa. You should flush the toilet for that one.
I got it. Yeah, I should.
There you go. Bye, Ironheart. Smell you later.
Smell you later. All right. So with that, what else should we talk about today? We got some super chats here. We got C-Man who says we've got 2 Midnight's Edge talking about issues in entertainment for years, and Hollywood still doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. It's so true. Thank you for that, Seaman. Goddess of Whim sends in a very generous $10 and says the fact that it's supposed to be weekly but changed to all 6 episodes dropping in 2 weeks, red flag, absolutely. This is going to be the biggest dumpster fire, avoiding this like pretty much all Marvel these days. Yeah, I hear you, Goddess of Whim. I hear you. I have not checked into hardly any of the shows. I've been very sporadic when it comes to the films.
I don't want to see First Steps. I really don't care to see it. I don't want.
I
don't
do,
want to
but
give
just because I know it's going to be a train wreck, and it's kind of weird because it's almost this odd 10-year anniversary thing for Midnight's Edge. It was one of the things that put us on the map, and here we are. You know, the next.
Remember 10 years ago when we thought, man, it'd be cool if the Fantastic Four is in the MCU? And now here we are 10 years later, and we're all eating crow for it.
Yeah. Right.
Man. Once again, file that under statements that did not age well.
It's like making a wish to John Lovitz's devil from Saturday Night Live. You're like, I wish to have the Fantastic Four, and he's like, ha, you'll have to wait 10 years when the MCU is ruined. Poof.
You'll get your Fantastic Four, but it won't be until it sucks.
Much better. I defer to you.
That was really good. That was really good.
And then the critic comes in and says, it stinks.
I want to watch the whole thing again.
I don't care to hate watch it. I don't care to just watch First Steps, period. Like I don't want to give my time to it. I feel like that's something that's even more valuable than the money is the time. The time to me is just, it's an absolute waste to see that. I mean, sure, I'll go watch Gary Nerdrotic or the Critical Drinker. I'll watch their videos on it because that'll be fun and entertaining. I'll watch their videos on it, but I don't have anything that I could add to this thing that won't be said from these guys, because you have one who will say from the more casual side and one from the more comic side, and both grounds are covered. Maybe if Klobby are live, maybe I would change my tune, but with Klobby around, because that'd be my compromise. That would be it, but there's no incentive there. Superman, I'm at least hoping that it's good, and I'm seeing opening night.
I miss this kind of shit. Remember when Jurassic Park 2 was a novelty?
Our next film is Jurassic Park 2. Revenge of the Raptors, a non-stop thrill ride.
And then to think, a couple years later, we'd get a talking raptor.
Alan.
Oh, shit. I miss the critic. He should bring it
Beauty
back.
and King Dork. Yes.
He doesn't even have to really do much. All he has to do is like just make a critic YouTube channel and just have John review movies. And then you just have him animate little bits for it. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't take that much work.
I'd watch that. I'd watch
Jurassic
anything with John
Park.
Leguizamo. Yeah.
17. That's where we're at now.
Now we have 7 of them.
I know.
Though I might end up having to take my oldest to seeing the 7th
Wants to see
one.
it? Well, that's
Yeah,
a good
she
sign
wants
for
to
the
see
film.
it. Yeah, and she likes dinosaurs and anything that involves animals. That's a dad. We go see
I
this.
should go back and look at the demographics because I think I've noticed an uptick in females, or women, I should say. Sorry, not females. Women and girls being interested in Jurassic movies all of a sudden that I didn't really notice before. So I wonder if that demographic grew over the last couple films. So
Well, she definitely
maybe it might work
contributed,
out.
She's been watching them since she was 3.
See?
So, yeah.
Well, that's the funny thing is most Jurassic Park fans I know in my life are women. Really. I mean, I know, guys who like it, but I mean the more diehard, hardcore Jurassic fans right now, other than little kids.
Mhm.
And I don't know that many little kids, so yeah. But, yeah. Where am I noticing this? In my life? 6. I do talk to other people besides people on the internets. Yeah.
You
like the Jurassic movies. You're one of the you're one of the people I know who's actually going to go see it or was planning on seeing it or whatever. I was thinking about it, but I'm just like, I don't know if I want to sit through that shit again.
I'd rather see it than First Steps, and I should not be saying those words.
I mean, I have about the same interest in both. I mean, really, the only one I'm really looking forward to is Superman.
Yeah, you're here.
Oh God, well, yeah, that's not even close. I
And we're
mean,
getting
but
some first
if we're
reactions to it.
if we're leaving Superman out of the equation, I'm gonna choose Jurassic. But man, it feels like such a reverse world when I'm saying that, because I should be like, bro, I should practically be camping out for Fantastic Four, but I couldn't give a shit less.
Well, they're starting to get some reactions to the first 30 minutes of the film, which showed in where was it at? It doesn't even say here. Screen
Somewhere.
I'm trying to remember what country they're in.
Somewhere they showed a movie.
Anyway, they showed the first 30 minutes of the movie. And the cast was there and all that business. So here's what the first few responses to the film have been. It's been hailed as damn beautiful and unique, with those in attendance highlighting the flying sequence is truly special. Needless to say, it was damn beautiful. Time absolutely flew by, said ex-Twitter user Mig. I think that's how you say it.
You say Widow Gay Meg?
No, Mig.
Oh, I thought you said Widow Gay Meg.
Yeah,
Did you just curse at me in Italian?
Dig.
Yeah.
Banga, bafangu.
You biting your
Whatever, I
finger
don't
when you
know.
said that?
No way, no way I saw the first 30 minutes of Superman after feeling so hopeless the entire day. Needless to say, it was damn beautiful. Time absolutely flew by. So that's the whole quote there. So there you go. Some positive responses. The first 30 minutes is so fucking good. Fresh perspective. Yeah, so we already read all this stuff. So I don't know why they have it in here twice. But so yeah, so that's some good news, I guess, for Superman from some folks who have seen it. There you go. Was it Madrid, I think they're at? I think that's where they're at. Madrid, maybe that's where it was. Oh, Brazil, Manila. Thank you, Soul Nightmare. There you go.
Wow.
Well, I said I should go back and check the demographics of the last few movie 6 and wonder if it supports my
Club
theory.
meeting.
What?
She's wrote Dino Club meetings.
I have afternoon Dino Club meetings, yes. And you're just mad because you're not invited.
Oh, too good.
No.
Too good. Oh, yeah.
So anyhow, what else is going on, kids?
I thought I heard about James Gunn saying that apparently the movie is not going to be a crowded movie. Did you hear anything about that?
Yeah, he said. Oh yeah. Well, his
And I'm
comment
like-
didn't really fill me full of a lot of confidence, but he said there's actually more speaking roles in Oppenheimer, and I'm like, yeah, that's like a 3 or 4 hour movie too.
Yeah, I hear that. I'm like, are you sure about that?
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, Grant, I know you had to say it. The Not Flash movie is good because you got the gig, but man, you're telling me with all those characters you casted, especially in the ones who wear the suits and spandex, you're gonna tell me that there's less people who have speaking roles in this movie. I don't know, man. That's hard to believe. Just saying. I hope I'm wrong. I hope, but man, I'm not sure about that comment. So if that's the case, then what's the point of all these Justice Leaguers being in the movie?
That's the part that I don't like. I just want, I don't know. I've been watching clips of the original Superman.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just like, gosh darn it, can we just get that? Can we just have it just this?
You're
Just
making
Christopher
too much
Reeve.
sense.
Or George Reeves. Hell, I want to go watch the old serials. Those
Uh-huh.
were great. I watched those with my dad. Those were awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But I wish they would kind of not go. But I'll give them a benefit of the doubt. It looks like it might be good. I don't know. I'm hope springs eternal, and Superman's always been my favorite, and I'll always give it a chance every single time.
Oh boy, yeah. I want this to be good. I remember seeing Superman Returns opening night at midnight, and I remember seeing Man of Steel opening night as well. And man, I remember Superman Returns left me confused, and then Man of Murder left me absolutely angry. So I'm like, please be good. I'd like to see a good Superman movie in theaters in my lifetime. This shouldn't be that complicated. Sad.
Oh yeah, I was just.
I heard that in the Trump voice. You guys are letting Sadie down. Sad.
Sadie's a good dog. She's the best dog. She's the best girl. But you don't want her to have treats. You don't want her to have treats, so we're not going to give her treats. We were even going to give them to the cat, even though he's an asshole. He's kind of a jerk. He's fake news.
Fake news. Oh,
He is
I
sus
love
as
it.
fuck. Goddess of Whim did do her part. Well, for the kitty, I guess. I'm sure he'll be glad to hear that, and then he'll lick himself and seem like he doesn't care, because that's what he does to me all the time. That or he scratches my fucking wall, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "What?" I got scratch and post for you. He's like, "Yeah, I don't want to fuck them up. That's my shit. I'm gonna fuck your shit up." Sadie is pretty good at fetching. She's gonna make fetching great again. She's the best fetcher. I have not seen too many dogs that can fetch as good as Sadie. Yes, she knows I'm talking about her, so she's moving around. You guys can hear.
Good puppy.
Yeah. But anyhow, I was just goofing around, guys. But anyhow. Yeah, and there's been a lot of talk about F1 from, I believe, the same director as Top Gun 2. And I've heard it has the same kind of thrills. So, yeah, so you Gear fans should enjoy that. I mean, there really wasn't much today, Six, unless you got something I couldn't find. I looked around. I didn't see much today outside of the stories we already covered, sadly. But if you got something real quick, well, I'll definitely talk about it. We've only been going for 40 minutes. Oh, we got Action Com who's flying in here with a $5 super chat. Said Ronald just revealed his highest paying movie, or Arnold, I think he means. I know what it is. It is Twins because I got a back end deal on it. I made like $50 million.
Speaking of back end, here's my old housekeeper.
I got into her back end, yeah.
Here's my son. He looks like the Mexican.
He looks just like me, only Mexican. He could be the Mexican variant.
Did you remember before they blurred out his face? They're like, it was he's like 10-year-old Arnold Mexican kid. He's like, and you're like, that is so.
I wonder if the child is Arnold's. I don't know. Hey, say something, kid. Hello, how are you doing? Can we get some tacos and strudel, Mom?
Yeah, I help my mom lift couches while she cleans underneath them.
I'm pumping iron while Mom's ironing Arnold Schwarzenegger's shorts. And we got Mark D here. That's right, Sadie. She's getting all excited.
Time to move the sheetrock, Mark. Yep. Hello. Yep. So is it true Martin Kove is a vampire? Was that the headline? I just walked in from work, but he really is a vampire. He's in Twilight, or what's going on with him? Good.
Well, Cobra Kai was a better love story than Twilight, I think. Johnny and Daniel.
Well, apparently he
wanted some Korean. I need my own show. Go ahead and send me some stuff.
Korean,
Six.
And
I know you sent me stuff. Let me see what you sent me in the last day or so. Let me take a look.
Well, you know, I just got in the mail today that really pissed me off. I got Giant Size X-Men #1.
And look who's on center of the cover. It's Ms. Marvel.
She didn't exist back then.
She's right in the dead center.
Dead center. Tribute to Giant Size X-Men #1. Freaking.
What the fuck is she doing there?
I don't know.
They're playing revisionist history with their character. Once that Disney Plus show made her a mutant, they're like, oh, we got to make her a mutant now because she was an Inhuman. And, well, we're not doing the Inhumans anymore, so we're going to pretend that they don't exist because we try to make them the X-Men. That was another thing that they try to shove down people's throats, is making the Inhumans act like they were the X-Men. And I love the Inhumans, but what they did then was bullshit.
Yeah. Just crazy. And I did get a couple of them. Yeah, I got, I'm getting these, facsimiles. So here we go. First Prince of Crypto.
Oh,
I grabbed that.
These are I love that Batman cover. Yeah, that's a great
that's
cover.
a classic. Yep, that's a classic.
Batman on the run.
If only you could have making it more.
And this is one of Clobby's favorites. Treasury edition came in the mail today. Yep. So just the classic. Big red cheese, the red cheese versus big blue. Yep. So got to read that again. So it's nice they're doing these things, but like, why the hell are they putting goddamn Miss Marvel? And of course, we got the death of the Silver Surfer, but of course, the Fantastic Four did kill off the Silver Surfer in the new movie, I guess, right? When you think about it. So just
they'll probably end up having Norrin Rad be in the maybe 616, since technically is an alternate universe. Which is stupid. Still stupid, but oh.
And this is a Spider-Man cover. Look, and they put Ms. Marvel on the cover again. What's Kamala Khan doing there? Yep. Of course, this one's not so bad. We all like the Black Cat, right? So why don't they get Sydney Sweeney to play Black Cat in the Spider-Man movie? That would be good.
She would print money. That's for sure. She would straight up print money just for existing in the movie. And then if the movie's good, well, then they'd be doing gangbusters with her.
The Phineas and Ferb. They do these alternate covers. So it's if you buy comics today, God, it's crazy how many alternate covers they have. So they have like minimum of 5 alternate covers for every book.
Well, they're doing
some of these are fun
for the lost sales. Since they have less customers, so now they're like, we gotta do more variants.
Got to do more, yeah. So it's let's see if there's anything else decent to show on my. Yeah, there's nothing really. Bane, some of the here Conan, Conan's great, yeah.
You're reading Conan. That's good. I read that. That's really
Conan's good. Yeah, Conan is a classic old school cover. Yep.
I read that comic a few days ago, and it flipping rules.
What about Predator versus Spider-Man? Have you gotten that, Nick?
I've not read Modern Marvel for quite a few years now, and I don't care to go back. I went back to DC for the first time in half a decade for one book, and I'm enjoying that. And that's it. One DC
Which
comic.
book? Absolute Batman?
Aquaman.
Oh, Aquaman. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, and it's great.
So,
it's great. I don't care about reading about alternate universe muscle-bound Batman, who's a working class citizen now.
Right.
That looks heroic. Looks like
That's not a bad cover. Not great, but not bad.
Nah.
But
We've
Yeah.
seen better versions of it done.
yeah. Some of these are just horrible. Yeah, like look how bad this Bane cover, Batman.
Oh, is that absolute Batman with that horrific tiny head Bane?
Oh,
yeah, that's
horrible.
what Greg Nolan was saying. Dude,
Yeah,
what the
that's
hell?
horrible. Horrible. Get it
Well,
off.
there is something that did get past me here, and I forgot
Ooh.
about.
Whip it out.
Rachel has now responded to her Snow White backlash.
Weird.
And her response is refreshing. Look at that face. Holy shit. Okay, so at this very moment, Rachel Zegler is earning what seems like well-deserved raves for her turn in the title role of West End production of Andrew Lloyd Webber's classical musical Evita. I thought she was getting bitched out for doing the fucking big song on the fucking balcony, but okay. Suffice to say, it's a nice change of pace after the exhausting discourse around her appearance in Disney's ill-fated live-action remake of Snow White, which reached a fever pitch after Variety published a widely derided report claiming that the film's troubles stemmed from Rachel's vocal support for the Palestine people, as well as her opposition to current U.S. President Donald Trump. Oh, there was a lot more problems than that.
Yeah.
In a new interview with ID, Rachel, what the fuck is ID? Like, can I get an interview with Rachel? Like, is she that accessible now? Like, what the fuck is that?
She's fallen way down now.
Yeah. ID, what the I've never even heard of this.
In a recent interview with Back Hair Monthly.
Yeah. Backyard Monthly or whatever. Yeah, like, what the fuck is this? Okay, so this was never heard of this outlet before. Yeah.
She looks good there.
Based princess? What the fuck? What the fuck is this?
Yeah. Right.
Oh, what treasure trove of goodness is this? I'm sending it to Andre.
What is
right?
that? What does that T-shirt say?
Fucking
Troll
no.
House University.
Dollhouse.
Dollhouse. Yeah.
That's Troll.
I read that article, by the way. I
did?
think that
You did.
Please give us the highlights.
basically she starts saying that this is just the strangest thing because I remember reading it. It was late last night, and then I just kind of fell asleep. But something along the lines of her saying that after that whole Snow White incident, she had to go to see a therapist, and the therapist assured her that she shouldn't have to go through a situation where people online hate her, and that it's crazy that she's in that situation, and that she's the best, basically. And then it said somewhere in the article, it's like, well, the therapy along with some medication has really helped Rachel. And I'm like, I thought to myself, what is all of this? Like, she did this. This is of her own doing. This isn't a situation where you need a therapist to tell you, no, don't pay attention, you're the best. This is a situation where maybe a therapist tells you, hey, you know, you kind of acted in a way that alienated a lot of people. Maybe part of, like, being more well-received by people is also kind of looking internally and not just blaming people. Yet, whoever the therapist is, based on this article, is just sort of telling her she's great. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what this looks like. So let's see if we can find her actual.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't have any issue if somebody goes to therapy or medication or any of that stuff, but it's just
Right.
like, she's like basically, oh, everybody hates me, so I have to go to therapy.
Okay,
and
so
then
here's the quote. Okay, all right.
Okay.
Go ahead. My fucking psychiatrist has seen me through all of it, she said, adding that it was necessary for someone to remind her that what we're going through isn't normal. That sentence did such wonders for me in multiple situations in my life. During that time, Rachel was also prescribed a medication to treat anxiety, which she describes as a game changer. I just wasn't functioning, she explained, and I wanted to function in a way that made me feel confident in a way that I was moving through the world. So drugs, that helped you. Gotcha. Okay. I think victim mindset is a choice, and I don't choose it. I also don't choose nastiness in the face of it. I don't choose negativity in the face of it. I choose positivity and light and happiness, and I do believe at times happiness is absolutely a choice. And every day I wake up and I think I'm very lucky to live my life. Well, that's much more refreshing. You're not wrong. I guess the title is actually real on this BuzzFeed
I
article.
think she's full of shit.
But, yeah, it sounds a little publicist-y.
Here's the thing, and again, if this is a situation where, let's say, she, on her own personal life, did strange things, you know, she kind of went off the deep end, and they caught her in public, like, drunk all the time and acting weird and whatever, and she's like, listen, I got to get my act together, I'm going to this therapist, I want to turn my life around, I'd be like, okay, I'm all for that. But this is a situation where she walked around like this self-entitled, bratty piece of crap, and then after everything didn't work for her and she alienated everybody, she's like, oh no, like, the therapist has told me that it's not fair that people don't like me. And it's like, that is not the conclusion that you need to draw from this. If it was like a normal therapist, they would have told her, hey, why don't you go out and make a statement and say that you've been bratty and annoying and that you apologize. You know what I mean? That if she wants to see like a tide turning, that would probably do something. At this point, I don't even know if it would do a lot, but better than nothing, I guess, especially if it seems sincere. If a therapist actually explained to her why she's annoying.
And then that's the problem with this type, when people like her are seeing therapists. They're probably getting paid to say, let's just say, quote unquote, the right thing. So how, assuming that her therapist actually said this stuff, how do we know how genuine this is? How do we know, like, she isn't compromised and just saying whatever butters her up so Rachel Zegler can be her constant customer? Because she probably gets a pretty penny from her. Let's be real.
Well, it's kind of what it is. It's kind of like the South Park episode where Butters does the social media thing. It's kind of the same thing that Kevin Smith did. They all kind of must have the same kind of folks, or the same way that they deal with it the same way. And then she made this other really weird statement about the whole, her Palestine post that kind of got her a lot of heat. She said, I can really only echo Hannah Einbinder in saying that a platform becomes a responsibility, and that responsibility is ours to use as we please. That doesn't even make sense.
Oh, I get what she's getting at. She feels like she's such a hardcore ideologue that she has to say something no matter what, even if it gets her in trouble. She's the type of person where
I think you're right.
What
man.
you're doing, even if your production goes down because of my words, oh well, who cares? Not my problem. Because she's the type who's willing to burn it all down because she puts her ideology first. I get exactly what she's getting at.
Yeah, that makes more sense, but that's yeah. So anyway, she goes on to say, so my compassion has no boundaries is really what it is. My support for one cause does not denounce any others. That's always been at the core of who I am as a person. It's the way I was raised. There are obviously things that are at stake by being outspoken, but nothing is worth innocent lives. My heart doesn't have a fence around it, and if it's considered my downfall, there are worse things. Oh, I forgot. What happened that day? Hamas come in and killed a bunch of innocent fucking people, and some of which weren't even Israeli or whatever it was?
Yeah, don't cry for me, Argentina, right? And
yeah,
come on.
Like, what the fuck, lady? Like, all right, yeah. This is why idiot fucking activists should stay out of politics, because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't even know half this shit.
That's really the best. If you want to be an entertainer, and especially if you don't have a track record. I actually, first of all, the Critical Drinker made a very nice video about it, and I'm not trying to pat my own back here, only a little bit, but significantly before he made his video, like months earlier, I made a similar video, and I explained... That was a reach-around compliment for myself. I explained basically that sometimes you have people that are annoying today, like let's say Mark Hamill or Whoopi Goldberg or people like that. But as much as Mark Hamill and Whoopi Goldberg are annoying, there's still somebody that'll put on Star Wars or Star Trek and watch it, and fuck it. Even if those people are there, they're going to watch it, and you're going to enjoy whatever it is that you used to enjoy, even if those people are super annoying. But when you're Rachel Zegler and you have nothing on your belt, no success, you don't have any kind of real pop culture relevance, you can't go around and taking these kind of crazy political positions on things which you obviously know very little about, one way or another, you know what I mean? I think that she hasn't shown that she's like an expert in this field. If you're playing some Disney princess instead of complaining about how you should be paid more for it and things like that, and that you don't even like it, just thank the audience. Thank you, everybody, for the opportunity. Do the thing and stop annoying everybody. And that's all she had to do. Was really, really simple. And she didn't do it, and it doesn't require therapy, or unless the therapist is willing to tell her the truth. She should come to me for therapy.
Well, speaking of idiot activists who should just keep their fucking mouths shut, I mean, you got two of them here, honestly. I mean, I'm not trying to slam on JK, but I am. Look, you kind of reap what you sow when you go out there and say what you say, right? Same thing here on Dipshit's part, right? Like, this whole thing is... Why the fuck are these two even having a bitch's fucking fight? Like, I don't understand this.
You know,
and this is probably the gayest thing that Pedro's ever done. I'll be honest with you.
But he's not going to
even
pass
gayer
an
than the dance.
opportunity to signal. Any opportunity there is a signal, he's going to take this. You think he's going to look at it like, oh, I can't say anything. No, he's going to absolutely say it. Especially if it gets him work. And that shit works a charm. It helps he doesn't suck at acting too. So when you take I don't suck and then I'm a douchebag, put them together, boom, work. And then we'll continue to get fatigued by the fucking pass hole.
Yeah. I mean, he's just, I mean, it's obvious why. He's got his sibling, whatever it is one of those people that JK's not a big fan of. So he's obviously got to stick his neck out there. And I just wish he would shut up. Seriously, I've had enough of him. But that's probably why he's got his time in the spotlight. So he's going to ruin it for everybody and drag down the movie with him.
And that's like Zegler. He's an ideologue. It doesn't matter if what they say affects production, affects box office performance. It ain't their problem. That's the thing. They don't care. They're willing to sink an entire ship to get their message across. Because as long as their message gets out, that's far more important. Because it's all about me now.
Well, here's the statement from Vanity Fair. It says, listen, I want to protect the people I love. Pascal, whose younger sister is Lux Pascal, a transgender actress and activist, tells Vanity Fair about his Rowling slam, but it goes beyond that. Bullies make me fucking sick. Oh, I guess I missed the time where J.K. Rowling went directly after your sister. Like, I really do. Somebody please point that out other than...
They just take it all personal. You know, everyone just takes it personal. I'm not defending them, but that's what they project. Like every statement, that's about me. It's about me personally. So, and I agree. Yeah, there's just too much of this stuff in the press. I mean, like George Takei, Mr. Sula, love reading his Twitter feed, and he was hysterical. Howard Stern, he was great, and he just now his feed is 99% politics. It's like, I don't want that from it, you know. And J.K. Rowling, all right, yeah, she can give her point of view, but it just go have a debate somewhere. Then I mean, it's just you guys are, you know, supposed to be an entertainment, and it just you know, wrecks your, you know, when I see Star Wars now, yeah, you're right, I'll still watch it, but it just in the back of my mind, I'm like, Mark Hamill's an a-hole. It's like, I just don't. They become so consumed by politics. It's like, just enjoy life. I mean, yeah, I'm a political junkie. And you know, I listen to talk radio, but I don't let it ruin my life. If you know the other guy wins or something bad happens, go out and make a difference, and you know, on your own. But is Rachel Zegler pontificating about what's going on in the world going to make a difference? It's like, just shut your mouth and go do something, or work for a charity, or and do it while no one's watching, and that's when it really counts. So that shows your character, not this bullshit publicist, you know, statement.
But even with Mark Hamill annoying you, if there's Star Wars now, like the original trilogy, and there's an event and somebody's showing it, as much as he's annoying, you'll still watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I will, but it pisses me off, though.
It pisses you off, but you'll still watch it. And Rachel Zegler doesn't have one thing that's so good that you think, you know what? I don't really like her, but I'll be darned if I stop watching this movie. She has nothing.
That's a great point, yeah.
Well, Mo has to leave us, so I'm going to let him jump into
I actually have to leave as well, but...
Two men got to pull out.
Two men got to pull out, yeah.
Price, Reason, and I had our fun with you in the middle, Nick, so...
Right.
Ooh,
yeah.
We're going to a private engagement now.
That makes you the meat, so give it to her, give it raw.
We were your open engagement, and now you got to go private?
Something like that, yeah.
Well, hey, guess what? I'm your beefaroni for your buns.
Oh, no! I need a psychiatrist. I need to call Rachel.
I should have took a picture of that. That's what I was talking about before you come in, Price. I said, because Nick had done his impression of you. I said, I don't know if Price is here or if it's Nick. I said, it's funny. I thought of you and Price because I was at Walmart and I saw a whole end cap of beefaroni. And that's all I could think about was you two.
I got a lifetime supply of beefaroni for my
that
entire
was like
family.
a lifetime supply.
My kids love that fucking stuff.
There you go.
Thanks for being here, Mo. We appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on, and I'll see you guys soon. Have a good night. I'm gonna go cry now after that beefaroni comment. So
I'll see you guys later. It was nice being here. I'll see you guys soon.
See you later, Bryce.
Bye.
So yeah, I mean, look, JK. Whoa, we just we lost Bryce too. I think he accidentally hit a button. He'll be back. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, like, look, I just because I agree with J.K. Rowling, it's not necessarily mean I think she should be out there advocating this shit or saying this shit necessarily outside of, yeah, she's a woman. I guess she has that right. But I mean, and then on the other side of this, why does Pedro Pascal care about what's going on over in the UK? Right? Because that's what this is all about, is her celebrating tweet over the whole thing with them classifying men and women as men and women, basically, or whatever it was. So, like, to me, this is just a silly, stupid thing. It feels like such a bitch fight. That's why I say it's one of the gayest things that Pedro's ever done. Like, why does he give a shit?
Well, we've already stated our reasons why. Clout, signals, looks good, gets the right headlines, gets him the right work. I mean, it's a whole laundry list of things, how it makes him good for his image, his perceived look, and hey, look, I got the take that you want to hear. So, once again, and he's not a great actor, but he's passable. He's solid. In some parts, he can get the job done in a few roles. So, when you have that, unlike, let's just say, a lot of others who are absolutely atrocious and they run their mouths, at least he doesn't suck. So, he gets a little bit more of a pass because of that.
Is he going to be fantastic? Probably not.
There's many things he will be. Reed Richards is never going to be one of them.
He's going to be fabulous. And you got, what's this from J.K. Rowling? Oh, yeah.
I think you saw, you had
I saw this too, actually. Yeah, I did. And mine come right up, so it's probably because it's my thing, but yeah.
Yeah.
So, attention all men telling me I look like a trans woman. I'm sensing that this isn't meant as a compliment. In fact, the implication seems to be that trans women look male or odd or ugly. This is appallingly transphobic, and I'll thank you to take your bigotry off my timeline, which is funny. And I did the.
That has to be a shot at asshole.
Oh, it clearly is. Clearly,
yeah.
Well, not just that, but the people that are. She's been getting harassed all day, and there's another version of the story where it's like the right and the left now are pissed off at her. It's like, why? Honestly, the right should show that, no, we don't care anymore about this shit. Like, it doesn't matter. Who gives a fuck? Don't watch the fucking show at the end of the day. Like, who cares? But anyhow, we got some super chats. We care about those.
Yeah.
Kolekioki sends in $2 and says, Nick, why haven't, I think he means haven't, you been on TC live stream recently?
I think he's referring to Thinking West from Thinking Critical's Comics Aficionados show on Saturday morning. Here's the thing. I do a weekly thing with him on Patreon called the Comics Guild. If you can listen to the $5 till behind a paywall, of course. But we do our own 2 comics that we love thing. We're currently going through X-O Manowar for Valiant. And we're on Kick-Ass 3 for Millerworld because we're going through all of Millerworld. But I'm just saying, if that's the closest thing we have of me and him being together weekly. For me being on actual aficionados, I'm not one to ever ask him. To me, if he asks me, I'll do it. I would just, the best I can give you, buddy, is just say, hey, demand it. I'm sure if he gets a super chat or 2 your way, maybe he'll get persuaded to beg, hey, Nick, why don't you come on? Just my thoughts. But yeah, good to see you, Kalecki. Thanks for the comment and super chat from Midnight's Edge After Dark.
Tom?
Mark?
Yep, where's Tom? Yep.
Yeah,
I'm here. Yeah, I was waiting for Tom.
I hate this thing. Anyway, sorry, I did that to Nick earlier. I was sitting here. I went through all these stories, and I did all this talking and shit, and he's not responding. I'm like, God, he's just not interested in talking about any of this.
Nick doesn't love me anymore.
Oh, so good. Anyway, Jason Webster says Argentina is not crying for Rachel Zegler. Well, probably not. Then Kitty Bear sends us a sticker. Is that you, Kitty Bear? Did you get a haircut? What is that? Who's that a picture of? Something looks
his head.
Something looks different. I don't know. Did you send us a pooper sticker? He probably sent us a pooper sticker. Harry Potter fans care. I get it, Mecha J, but at this point, like, you got your movies. You're getting a rehash on the TV show with DEI all over it. So, whatever. And she signed off on the shit. Russell Hall sends in $2 and says, that's definitely not the gayest thing Pedro's done. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah. The only thing he can do that's gayer is, like, get in a fight physically with a girl and start pulling her hair. And slapping at her, like, the whole...
Hair pull.
I mean, other than a video coming out of him sucking a dick, I suppose. Yeah. That would be pretty fucking gay.
Super fucking...
I don't really
people
care
don't
if
think
he
that
is
is gay, though. You know, if you watch Toxic Tuesday, some people have a different opinion of that. But anyway,
It depends
Right, Nick?
on what you're doing or who the other person is doing.
yeah, and just don't make eye contact.
Ah!
Well, that's the number one rule to make it not gay. Duh.
Yay.
Anyway, Jason Webster says with 5 Australian, today's acting talent, in quotations, could learn from how genuine screen legends such as Cary Grant conducted themselves in public and in press engagements. Absolutely. Well, like, even Schwarzenegger's somebody who has learned, right? Like, when he did his Screw Your Freedom thing, he come back and said, my mouth got ahead of me. I shouldn't have said it the way I said it. That's not exactly how I meant it, how it came out, blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry. And then you listen to him in other places, and that's why he was a politician, because he kind of knows how to talk in public. And yes, he has got some strong political views, but outside of when he's governor, he doesn't really talk about it unless somebody else asks him about it. Or even go back to like the John Waynes or even Clint Eastwood's a great example, probably, right? I mean, outside of his chair incident, can you think of anything really major that really kind of blew up politically for him? Or I'm trying to think.
I mean, it was the mayor of Carmel, California, but yeah, that was.
How did that go? I don't remember.
Yeah,
now.
but it didn't make any huge, huge waves. But and Schwarzenegger was just on The View. I don't watch The View, but I saw the clip of him on The View, and he was fantastic talking about immigrants here are guests. It's like you're a guest here, and
Mark watches
people on The View
confirmed.
Yes, confirmed. But people, that they can't go after Arnold because he's a quote unquote, their guy. So although he's tradition, considered one of those conservative actors, but he also has a liberal bent too, which is fine, right? But he's not out there spouting politics, all the time. But one of my favorite examples of someone who became a politician was Sonny Bono, and he had a restaurant, and he wanted to put up a huge sign in front of his restaurant, and the guy in the building department said, "You can't do this." He's giving all kinds of flack. He's like, "I'm gonna run for the mayor of this town, and the first thing I'm gonna do is fire your ass." And he got elected mayor, and he fired the guy and got his big sign up. So Sonny Bono was a very smart guy. It was all a shtick that as the sidekick to Cher. But but that's just like a personal issue that affected him. But just so sick of these people spouting. Like I was thinking about we were watching Jaws again and had that great Jaws show. Like what would the discussion have been? The casting, like they were talking about representation in Jaws, and maybe they the shark couldn't be white. The shark had to be a minority. Couldn't be a great white. I mean, but it's just you can't just enjoy old anything today when they go to make something. That's the whole controversy. Who's James Bond going to be? Is it going to be a white actor or a black actor instead of just worrying about getting the best person? It's just we've gone backward in so many ways, and that's just an example of it with all these actors spouting off all the time.
Yeah, Russell Hall says Arnold showing his Bohemian Grove loyalties.
Also, let's remember here, if you're going to get the best role for James Bond, make sure he's a man. So get the best man for the job, because James Bond is a man. So I'm going to be that guy and say that. Seems like people forgot the word man exists.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, I know I'm not gonna forget that word. You can play that card, but fuck if I will. And anytime I say that word, it's like I get like these foreign looks. Like, you didn't say person?
Yeah.
Hey, doorman, manhandle, manhole. I'm gonna say man with all those things. You should see the looks I get anytime I say anything that involves the word man on it. Oh man,
Manhole? That sounds like one of my exes.
So you had a manhole to plow.
No, she just every man thought they could put it in her hole, I guess.
That's why you need a manhole cover.
Ooh. That's just fucking wrong. That's just no. Wow, Mark. Simply wow. I have nothing. Full
You have
stop.
nothing?
No, I got nothing.
Well, let's get out of here. Fuck it.
Yeah, let's pull out.
Thanks so much, guys. Take care of yourselves. Check out Nick's channel over on Nick Weiser. What do you got coming up tonight? Toxic Tuesday, you're talking Real Genius,
Toxic
right?
Tuesday, we are talking Real Genius, and D-Bud will be a guest for that. And, of course, that is a Rumble exclusive since YouTube absolutely hates my show. So we went Rumble exclusive for that. So please come hang out with us. Mark will be a part of that too in 70s.
Yeah.
And D-Bud and hopefully Redshirt as well. So please, I want you guys all to come on there. And it'll be a glory. Oh, shit. It'll be a glorious time. So I almost said glory hole. Glorious
I was
time.
thinking the same thing.
That's
Glorious.
why I said it. You know, I was so close. I'm like, what?
Have you been practicing your hammering, Nick?
As a reminder, I've been here when it was glory hole days, and I've been here when it wasn't. And so, having said that, I want me some glory hole.
That's Nick.
Oh, God.
To the hole.
FKHC 2005, sending in some love for Clobbering Times. Thank you so much for the $2. We appreciate the support here, buddy. And Mark, you got a show on Sundays for sure. Anything else you want to plug?
Yeah, well, the Sunday Night Geekery, 10 p.m. Eastern, and of course, Toxic Tuesday. We're looking forward to that tonight. And Thursday night, and I do Sea of Thieves, and Friday night's Late Night Fortnite, and hopefully some videos during the week if I can get my ass in gear and stop doing work during the day, which is really an annoyance. So, but yeah, it's always fun to hang out with you guys, and that was a fun Jaws show that you did last Sunday night. That was a blast being there for that one. My brother-in-law finally sent me some photos, so of doing the watching the Jaws live stream with the orchestra on the beach. So
cool.
I got to get all the details from him. Yeah. I got to ask. I'm sure I can show the photos, but I got to just double check with him. He just texted me a few. Yep.
Jason Webster sends in 5 Australian, says Arnold Schwarzenegger is visiting his local cinema when don't open the door. There's a bomb in there. It's called the Elio. It's gonna go off. It's a stink bomb. Yeah.
Oh, Pixar, How the Mighty Have Fallen. Wow.
Oh gosh, yeah. I'm sure we'll talk a little bit about that tomorrow morning, most likely, and whatever else comes up between now and then. So join me on the morning show, and you never know where I'll show up otherwise. And with that, take care of yourselves and each other, and see ya.
Cute kitty.
Available now for the first time ever on DVD from Midnight's Edge After Dark Productions. It's My Two Dads, the complete first season starring Mexican Iron Man Tom Connors and Culture Casino. Available now for $19.99 while supplies last.